Hey guys, I'm Ar from Tech Lab and this is the gaming review of the Acer Helios 300 with the i5 chipset and the 1050 Ti GPU. Now let's get started. So in the previous video of Acer Helios 300, some of you guys have asked for the gaming review of this laptop, and I personally wanted to do a separate video on this laptop on the gaming section. But at first, you should know that this is the base model of the Acer Helios 300. That means it has the i5 chipset, a 8GB of DDR4 RAM, a 128GB of SSD, a 1TB of hard disk, and the 1050 Ti GPU. Now all the games I played are of different GPU requirements, and not all the games are same graphics intensive. So number one, we have played GTA 5 in Full HD resolution with 60Hz display refresh rate. And with that, I almost managed to get average of 58 to 59 frames per second, which I think very suitable for gaming. Also, I noticed GTA 5 takes almost around 2357 MB out of 4095 MB of the GPU memory.
He got something to say!
Stop the car!
Over there! LSPD! Give it up! Suspect in the car! Over!
So GTA 5 runs just fine, no hiccups at all. Number 2, we have played Fortnite, that is the very famous multiplayer type of game nowadays. So I gave it a try and it plays perfectly fine. I set the graphics to epic, that's the highest you can set, and that is of 1536 by 1864 resolution with the refresh limit to 60 frames per second. And this game stays between 55 to 60 frames per second, which is again enough for these types of game. So Fortnite is also very playable in this laptop. Now I said it earlier that the 1050 Ti is tad bit better than the 1050 in performance wise. Also they do have the same specs. One thing to note though, that neither of these GPUs is VR ready. That means you can't play VR games on any of these graphics cards. At least you need a 1060 for that. Moving on, we have played the most controversial game, that is the Batman Arkham Knight. That's because it is stocked with the 30 frames per second. I can get higher than that. Although you can still play the game, but you will not have the same experience.
Under Scarecrow's command. He's calling the shots. No way that guy can show his face around here again.
You will be my finest work, Batman.
So for the Batman Arkham Knight, I will say it plays but not very well. Game number 4 is the very graphics intensive game, and that is the Witcher 3. And it plays perfectly fine with the maxed FPS up to 60 frames per second.
Watch where you walk. Let's go.
The Witcher 3 is a very demanding game, and if you have at least 1050 you will have no problem. For me, the Helios 300 handles The Witcher 3 perfectly fine. Okay, for the last game, but surely not least, we have played Battlefield 1. If one thing you should know about this game, it is one of the most graphic intensive games yet. But it works perfectly fine with 60 frames per second. That is really awesome.
Coming down!
I think you will enjoy playing Battlefield 1 on this Helios 300. So now I can clearly say that the Helios 300 is sort of like a mediocre gaming beast, as you can see in these charts. By the way, except for the Fortnite, all the games I played are at the maxed resolution, that is 1920 by 1080. And all the games were at their high graphics setting. So I think you can get even more frame rates if you set the games to their lower resolution. Also, if you're curious about the fan noise, here it is. It is not that loud, well, sort of, but these speakers will cover that. So I think that's been it for this gaming review of this Acer Helios 300, and let me know if you have any questions in the comment section below. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe. Until then, I'm R signing off, and hope to see you in my next video.